What's up guys, Curtis here and welcome to a brand new episode of What If Insert Team Name Sign Their Potential Transfer Targets. Today we have Dortmund. Now, in the previous episode yesterday I did AS Monaco and I asked you guys if you wanted the next episode today, then if you could hit 700 likes, and you definitely delivered. Bing, as you can see on the screen there, you absolutely smashed it for me. So big thanks for that. I'm not going to be doing that for today's episode because I don't think I'm going to be able to get one done in time. But just show support with likes anyway, and then I might still be able to try and get it done for you. But as always, if you guys want a fast and reliable coin service, check out UT13.com. There's a link to them in the description down below. But anyway, we are going to get straight stuck in goal. In fact, before we do that, I am going to quickly point out there's a couple extra players. Socrates is a new signing for them, but I don't think he'll be going straight into the first team, particularly if they sign the one I was looking at. Ericsson, quite heavily linked, but I'm not completely sure. And this guy, it isn't actually the one, but Bernard, the Atletico Mineiro, he isn't on the game, but I had to go for Bernardo instead to get my point across. He is also very heavily linked with them, the Atletico Mineiro youngster. Also, Blesiowski or Cuba is quite heavily... is quite likely even to be in his first team, but looking at what some of the signings, I'm not too sure. But anyway, let's get straight stuck into it and stop rambling on. And in goal, we have Weidenfeller, the old man, but he's a legend, very, very good goalie indeed. He will still be in goal next season unless they pull off some crazy move and go for someone like Mark-André ter Stegen, but I can't really see that happening. Left back, we have, it's going to take us a little while to get to him because he's a non-rare, we have Schmelzer. Now, again, he's just one of those like slightly older ones who isn't amazing, but there's no links at all with them to be picking up a left back, and they seem perfectly happy with this guy, so it would seem as though they are going to be sticking with him. Anyway, next up in the centre backs we have Adil Rami, quite a heavy link with them here. Obviously he plays for Valencia at the moment, he's French, and like I said, he's very heavily linked with a move over to Dortmund, so I could quite likely see that happen. Second centre back is Mats Hummels. Of course, he will be staying in the first team. He's had a fantastic season and a very, very good centre back indeed. Right back, we have Piszczek. Again, no reason for him to be displaced from that position. They're not linked with any right backs, and he's also been absolutely fantastic at what he's been doing. Next up, we have, in fact, I'm going to switch it to 4-2-3-1 because I think everyone is in 4-2-3-1 now. Oh, not 4-3-1-2. But anyway, next up, we have on this left side, oh, maybe our other one isn't. We have Sven Bender anyway. I've chosen Sven Bender and Gundogan, as you'll see in a second, as my my two defensive mids because Kerl, or if it's Sebastian Kerl, I think that's how it's pronounced, he is the captain, but he is getting on seriously now. He's getting quite old, and he only ended up having like 19 league appearances last season, so I think this season will be the time the captaincy will switch to someone else, or the assistant captain will end up being the one most of the time, and I don't think he will be starting in most games, whereas Bender has been very, very good indeed. Now, I don't know exactly why I couldn't find Gundogan. He is a defensive... There he is. What? 3-5-2, I had him in. Obviously, he's had an incredible season. One of the best seasons for a centre mid this year. And he will be, without a doubt, in the squad next season. Over in left cam, we have Marco Reus. This is basically like a left mid-roll, left wing, because like I'm imagining this wide formation. I couldn't really get the same formation with these wide players, but yeah, so he will be playing out wide basically. Marco Reus obviously been amazing this year, had a very, very good time and spent most of his time out on the left. Excuse me. Over in on the right, basically the right winger, we have... I say we have, I don't know where he is. Well, what? There he is, Aubameyang. He has been playing on the right for quite a while at St Etienne. I can see him either playing there or in that centre-forward role, depending on who they pick up. But it is quite likely, if he does end up playing there, then obviously Blesiowski will be starting. But if he doesn't and they pick up who I'm going for there, then he will be playing out here on the right. Anyway, in centre-forward, we have Edin Dzeko. He's very, very heavily linked with a move away from Manchester City, and Dortmund are one of the front runners in terms of picking him up. So I think he'd play very, very well at Dortmund. I think he'd be a great addition to their side, particularly if this main striker up here, Lewandowski, goes next season like he is linked to be doing so. So that is this team, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's go on to some gameplay now and talk a tiny bit more about it there. So, as you can obviously tell, I've only put in like two new rumours, but I've also put in Aubameyang, who has already just signed, and then, like I said, down on the bench as well, we've got Socrates, who's a new signing, and Ericsson is quite likely to join, as well as Bernard too, who will probably be playing playing in that sort of role where I did put Aubameyang if he comes inside. Now, they may completely change the formation up. This is loosely what their formation was last season anyway. It's more like a 4-5-1, 4-2-3-1 sort of formation. So this is quite likely what they will be using next season, and it does fit them down to a T. Obviously, having Rami at the centre-back will also bring in a ton of experience at the back as well, and would probably do really well for them. But anyway, that is the end of this episode, guys. Please continue to show your incredible support for this series by dropping a like on it. It's so appreciated. Thank you as always for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.